being the best for the people?
Yeah, growing up in that kind of background, I had a lot of thoughts for myself, and I concluded that through meeting people, I've concluded that I will just take opinions from both sides, see what's good and see what's bad, and make my own decisions and not completely siding with one side. And because I've had some friends from South Korea in Macau, and it's quite interesting because the two countries, they're trying to work to build peace together for a unification, but at the same time, there are laws that say North and South Koreans shouldn't interact with each other, even outside of Korea. And me and my South Korean friends, at first it was kind of awkward when I first met them. But then, little by little, we started understanding each other, again, through the same classroom experience. And also, sometimes we share our stories from back home and realize how similar we are. Same language, same culture. And it's just political like issues that divide the nation in half. And now, today, we are really close friends and we travel together, and it's such a wonderful feeling.
Of course, the problem with the Koreas is also that all the big nations, big powers, are in some way involved with taking part for that, and that's definitely not making it easier. What would be very important is, of course, your country could open up for more of the relief aid for because there is hunger in your country. And being a former defense minister, I must say that I'm feeling bad and sad when I'm looking at all these military parades in different countries, very much in your country, you know, your home country, but in many other countries too, where all that money that is used for military equipment could be just to make the life easier for the population. Did you meet your grandfather personally, physically, in person?
No, that was actually one thing that I was hoping to do before he passed away. Yeah. And I was really curious myself. I mean, I can't imagine the media. Media's curiosity. And
Yeah.
even for me, I was really curious. I had never really met him or have a conversation with him, but
not even when you were a baby. He was not the kind of grandfather who took the baby in his arms and, wonderful, now I have a grandson.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for him, I don't know, till before he passed away, hoping that he will come find me because I really didn't know if he knew that I existed.
Yeah.
So I was really curious what kind of, I always wanted to meet my grandfather because I just wanted to know what kind of person he is and just wanted to know more about his personal things.
Yes, because we have got to the outside only the picture of the strong dictator, But there is not one person that is only the bad side. There is also a good side in every person. As I have been so much around in this region, I have met with all of those who have given the orders and who have killed a lot of people here in this Balkan region. But I have talked with them too. And we have talked about family, and we have talked about just human things. So I have always said that there cannot be only evil and bad, that there is something good in every person too. And I can understand that the grandson wants to find out the good from his grandfather. But how now, the leader now, he is your uncle, but a very young one.
Yeah, he's the youngest of the brothers.
How come that he was the one to be appointed by his father?
I'm not really sure, but my dad was definitely not really interested in politics.
Good for him.
Yeah, and I really never met them in real life, so I really don't know how it became, how he became a dictator. Because first of all, it was between him and my grandfather, and I haven't met both of them, so it's also a part of the curiosity. Like.
And your mother's family, is it also one of the, what would I call it, dynasties?
No, she was actually just an ordinary citizen in North Korea. So it was really easier for me to form my own opinions because I saw on both levels in a family where of the dictator, and at the same time living with ordinary citizens, and I've learned quite a lot of things on the way.
That is quite interesting, yes.
And my parents played a big role in supporting me and always telling me, like, think about the people first before you eat that food in front of you. And yeah, and my mom always tried to encourage me to live a same lifestyle as the ordinary citizens, so I can have a better understanding of the people. And my dad as well always told me, just forget about the background and everything and live your life and understand everything. The people who, there's a lot of people who are hungry, and always just think twice and be thankful for what you have right now.
You can be very grateful to your parents that they have raised you in a way of teaching you to think yourself, and that is then, of course, the right place you have ended up, or at least temporarily, with the United World College here. But when did you become aware of that there really is a terrifying suffering of the people who don't have food?
Actually, when I was growing up in North Korea, I wasn't really aware of what was going on. I actually found
you were protected from that outside.
Yeah, actually, I spent some time in my mom's place at my mother's side, and over there it was like an ordinary house that most of the citizens, the standard was like ordinary. And I really didn't get to know until later on that my grandfather was a leader in Korea. So that was quite an interesting experience to find out. Because once I was just thinking, like, okay, I've met my grandfather from my mother's side, but who's my grandfather on my father's side, you know? And slowly, just little by little, through conversations that my parents had, I started to put puzzle pieces together, and then I realized who he was.
Have you planned to go back when you get now your your education, working for peace, all of this. Do you have dreams of that you could go back to North Korea and try to do something, to influence in a good way?
Yeah, of course. I've always dreamed that one day I will go back and make things better and make it easier for the people there. I also dream of unification because it's really sad that I can't go to the other side and see my friends over there. And yeah, it's a really sad story because my friends would say like it would be really great to just take a bus or something, just you know, to South Korea or North Korea and meet each other at some point. But that's one of the dreams.
And there must be very many families who are split, quite close families who are split between North and South. And that is, of course, very sad for them. Do I remember correctly, that the border is opened for families? It was at least some years ago,
Yeah,
so that families could visit each other.
Yeah, they could meet each other. They were like they organized some family reunions a few years before. I'm not really sure if that's still happening today.
Tell a little bit about your future dreams, because all young people have dreams.
For me, I picture myself continuing my education after United World College somewhere. And after university, hopefully, I picture myself volunteering somewhere. And after that, I would like to engage in more humanitarian projects and also work to contribute to building world peace, and especially back home, because that's a really important part of me, that Koreans are really divided, and that we can, if we put a little effort, that step by step, we can come to a conclusion and unite.
Certainly you can, and you will do that one day. The question is, of course, that is the day next week, next year, or after 10 years, or
It's
even
not,
more?
maybe more, but it's gonna be a step-by-step process. And of course, I cannot plan like every single day.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
I wish you the best of luck, and I must say that it has been a wonderful moment for me. I would very much like to have you as one of my grandsons, but you have already your own parents. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
No, you know that I got a discussion with some rapists, and you know, when they took children in the army, and most of these children, they are alone, they witness themselves, their mother being raped by the group army. So in them, it's just a brain wash, yeah, to bring them to do things that they are not really conscious by what they are doing. And one of them even told me, when I have an order from my commander, even if it's my mother, I can rape her